What's up everyone and welcome to another Warframe video. In a dev stream a while ago there was some stats shown as to frame usage per mastery rank, where the top frame was the topic of today's video, Wukong Prime. Now this raised eyebrows from some people as to why he was the most used frame over all mastery ranks, and that's why I wanted to do today's video, showing how I have him built and how I can absolutely see why he would be one of the most used frames out there. And there are a number of ways that you can get a lot out of him, both at low and at high level, and, well, obviously everything in between. Let's start with his clone. The clone might have issues with some weapons, especially those with flight times. However, since it's effectively a player-modded weapon, you can give that clone a weapon that does a simply ridiculous amount of damage, and even use it to try and bypass some of the balancing mechanics that DE implemented on some weapons. Naturally, you could use it with the Arcplasmor for easy damage, and if we ever get a new version of that, that will be even more effective. You could use it with an Ignis, just to cleanse the entire world with ease, or my personal favourite, the utterly ridiculous weapon that is the Kuva Brammer. DE implemented a couple of balancing changes to the Brammer, including limiting its ammo, which is completely irrelevant to the clone because it has infinite ammo. Then they just simply broke the Brammer again by introducing a new primed mod, Primed Firestorm, which basically means that your clone now has infinite ammo and is essentially firing a tactical nuclear warhead from the bow. And despite the poor accuracy it has with weapons with flight time, kinda makes absolutely no difference whatsoever, because, well, if you need to fire in a general direction to wipe everything out sort of over there, who actually needs accuracy? Obviously, to force your clone into using nothing but melee weapon means not having a secondary equipped and using solely melee. But I mean, it's Warframe. Using solely melee isn't exactly a hardship. So now you have an utterly stupid damage output combining a Brammer, one shot in the world, and a melee mopping up anything left. So you can see that not only is this going to mean that you have a decent damage output doing anything high level, but at lower level you can basically semi-AFK any objective that you want, especially when you use the second ability to reposition the clone whenever you want it. Just activate and then deactivate your second ability and it moves the clone, so it doesn't just sit somewhere dumb and do nothing. You have a clone with a world-destroying nuke that you can put to cover anything that you want, any objective you want. If you need to grab a drink, no worries, clone's got you covered. Need a toilet break? There, clone's got you. So, you know what gets even better after all of this? Helminth, the Helminth system. Drop the Exalted Melee, which is Wukong's form, because, well, it's worse than a regular melee in just about every single situation, and whack on Roar. Now you have even more damage on both your clone and your frame. This allows you to very calmly work on objectives up to a much higher level, and if you combine it with a melee with force slash procs, like you can see in some of the footage, you now have a frame that can wipe out all levels of enemies with absolute ease. And since you're not only a naturally tanky frame with an ability that can help you take extra hits at those higher levels from your 3, you can basically ease through just about any content that you want to. I mean, the build I'm using, naturally I'm pushing the limits of modding because I mean that's what I do, and I am using an Umbral Former. As you can see on screen, there's a focus on strength to boost the clone's health and Roar's damage buff. The rest is mostly tank related, so this build is one that can be replicated at any level by any player, by switching the Umbrals for, you know, standard mods, your normal mods. And while it's not going to be as good as in the footage, it's still going to perform outstandingly. And this is why Wukong is a frame that is so highly used. When you want to just chill and play Warframe, watch Netflix while you do it if you want to, or go longer in a mission than you first thought, it's a frame that is super well rounded and is versatile enough to do that. When I saw the stat about him being the most used frame over all mastery ranks, I wasn't surprised in the slightest, because honestly, if I need a frame to just watch TV and play Warframe with, he's what I tend to fall back on these days. It's Warframe's easy mode, and as such, that's always going to make him popular. So I hope this video showed you a bit about Wukong, how I use him, and why I'm not surprised at his popularity. I am trying to work on an updated Railjack build at the moment. Hope to have those out for you soon, but for now, many thanks for watching, and I shall catch you in the next video.